Hi, people. We are on a very special edition of the Lela podcast, and this is due to too many issues. There's a lot of commotion around competitive examinations that have been held in May, and there has been a lot of media attention around NEET and NET and the examinations around them and how it's impacted students and aspirants over the past year. And I have with me Navya Sriramagiri. I know she's been part of the podcast earlier, but this time we speak a little more seriously about these topics because it can affect the education sector, and education is something that we hold very close to our heart, especially in India. And especially the controversy of NEET. It's gone all the way to the Honorable Supreme Court. There have been legislations, there have been diktats that have been provided by the Supreme Court. And I've also learned that the CBI is now looking into the case and trying to understand where there has been a leak, what are the rule loopholes. And I think it's important that we speak about it because it's affected at least 11 lakh to 12 lakh students. And if you don't speak about it right now, the years ahead could be tricky. So it's important we have this conversation. Navya, thanks for taking the time out. I know that you're a NET aspirant, but let's start with NEET because it's in the
Yeah,
news. Been in the news since May. It was supposed to the final results were supposed to come out in June, around June
June
24th, but it was pushed
14th,
back
yeah, pushed to
earlier to
14th,
4th.
yeah.
I think June 4th. So
14th.
what all have you been hearing?
So about NEET controversy, what I was hearing is like a lot of people got first rank.
Yeah,
Supposedly 67 to 68 people got first
Surpri-
rank.
quite
And
surprising, right?
yeah, it's quite surprising. And that came as a shocker. I was thinking, how can people get the same rank? Because lakhs
Yeah,
of
it
students.
happens once in a while. It happens once in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe two or three people can once again
Can
the
probably,
probability.
but
Yeah,
like
but
67 getting the same rank,
that's huge.
at that time itself, I had a huge doubt. It's saying something has like uh, really
Something
bad.
fishy. Something fishy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and and everything is unexpected. NTA is like under the scanner for a lot of reasons. First being the NEET exam that they did irregularities in their marks
True.
and all that, and they also there were paper leak things, and they also tampered with the papers also as well. That's
That's a good point. It's a good point that you bring because what we've been hearing and I'm basing my conversation on whatever I've read online. So you have some states in northern India where the paper was available on a
tampered. Yeah.
tampered. It was available on a Telegram. What do you say?
That was
It was
the
on
Telegram.
Telegram.
This one was for net, UGC net.
Oh,
For
it was
NEET
UGC net.
also, I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know for NEET. Was there a paper leak? I'm not sure, but
Yeah, so there's a lot of conversation around
yeah,
was there a paper leak? Did
yeah,
someone tamper or something of that
yeah,
sort?
probably.
And
Yeah.
a lot
I
of
think the
money involved.
officials would have tampered. I feel the NTA officials or the people who are supervising in these exam centers probably might be the culprits who tampered the.
How do you say that? I mean, I thought it's a very sacrilegious institution and all those things. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
like
It's
no
tough.
one would be under the scanner like how NTA is because they are doing a lot of scams and it's affecting millions of people. And
Correct.
like it's also because the security reasons are not good. In NTA,
Okay.
people are saying that security itself is not good. That's the
Okay.
reason leakages, paper leaks are happening,
Okay.
and the whole way, the whole way the organization works as a whole is not good. As in, there are a
Okay.
lot of security issues. That's what
Security
I've
issues.
been.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I've been hearing for the net and for the NEET.
Yeah,
Aspect.
I think was it today, and I'm talking about today as in June of 25th, 26th when you're recording this.
I
So
guess.
I
Yeah,
was reading somewhere that the entire question paper or the alleged question paper was
yeah,
available on the dark net, and
Yeah,
people were
that was for
accessing it there.
UGC net. That was for UGC net.
Oh, that's a UGC net. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
For NEET, I don't think there was a paper leak. I'm not really sure,
Mhm.
but there was this tampering of paper thing.
Okay.
Like
And
maybe the OMR sheet or the question paper was a bit tampered and all that.
okay.
Probably.
But I'm curious. I mean, I've given OMR sheet examinations, but
Yeah.
how can someone tamper with an OMR sheet?
With a question paper, it might happen. Answer sheets also might be a bit torn and all that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it can happen. I mean,
It can happen.
anything can
But-
happen. We can't predict.
No,
Yeah.
which is correct. Anything can happen because after reading through multiple media houses, you can understand
I
that
am
things.
anxious. Like every day, I keep searching for the re-exam date. Like
I know,
when
I know.
the re-exam is gonna be there. I've been scanning all the updates and all. I mean, I
Correct.
have been studying again, but like that's a different thing altogether. But that
Yeah.
anxiety, that anxiousness is still there.
No, I'm
So,
sure
like,
I'm sure it will
Yeah, a
because
million of people wrote the exam, and like
absolutely.
I don't know how the job market is for teaching industry or the PhD scholars or the doctors and all that. And the education system or the job system in India is kind of corrupted because
Yeah.
politics is also involved with it. I feel
Yeah,
it's the BJP
probably.
government
That's
who
true.
is kind of uh, like not doing good work probably because
Okay.
of them because the opposition
Security wise is what you're saying.
yeah, security wise, yeah. And they want the education minister to also resign, the opposition party.
Yeah, there was a conversation.
Dharmendra
Correct.
someone, yeah.
Dharmendra
So
Pradhan.
they wanted
Yes.
him to resign. Yeah. They wanted him to resign as well, and they wanted UGC people also to resign as well. The chairman of UGC, it's some Jagadish Kumar something. I don't know his full name, but it's some Jagadish Kumar. He's, I think, a Telugu person, I guess, because his surname sounds Telugu. So I feel, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they want the UGC chief to resign, and already they've removed the NTA chief and replaced someone else. And they've also set up a commission called Radha Krishnan Commission to basically look into the paper leak.
To oversee all the activities around this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
but,
also
going back to NEET again, and since I just wanted to close that conversation. So every year, and I think I've been speaking to some aspirants and someone who's due to give it next year. He started out his preparations since 2022. That means just after completing his 10th, he is so hell bent on getting into. He's so hell bent on getting into any, not any rather. He wants to get into premier medical institutions. He is, and he comes from a very ethical background family who believe in education. Great. They're also 100%. He's focused on only attempting and ensuring that he gets the top 40, top 10, top 20 institutions, and he won't settle for anything lesser than that.
Yeah.
So that is the amount of.
But imagine finishing your 12th and then like taking a gap year and then
that's even more painful.
For net. That's scary a bit.
That's even more painful. And going back to this.
I can empathize with that because not many people have the basic education also.
Correct.
Yeah, and taking a gap year can also make it or break your career.
Because you are investing prime years of your life.
Yeah, exactly. And right now June is scorching. Everywhere it's like really hot. And these NTA people expect us to give an exam for 3 hours. Net exam is for 3 hours. 150 questions. And the centers are like too far off. It took me 1 hour to reach Avadi or something. My exam was in the evening. Like I went at 1:15. I reached there at 1:15. Exam was at 3. So 3 to 6. And then when I came back home, it was 7:30. And people didn't even reach home. So for the people in Delhi, like I had a friend in Delhi who wrote net again. Her exam center was like 2 hours journey from
Oh,
the place where she stays,
correct.
and she couldn't even. I mean, she was on the process of going home, and the next day they canceled.
Oh, that's
It's
crazy.
so scary. Yeah, it's pretty scary. People didn't even reach home, and then the next day, when you wake up to the news that it's cancelled, or when you see that it's cancelled, and one of my friend from Delhi, who is software engineer, he was the one who actually called me up and told. I was happy that the exam got over.
Okay.
I was in
Okay.
the celebration mood that the exam went well, fine.
Mhm.
Let's just get over it, and I can get my freedom back until the results.
Okay.
But NTA dropped a huge bomb the next day saying it's cancelled. And it's like, my hosh hi ud gayi. I mean, I don't expected this.
The sense is bombarded. It's like
Yeah, it was
it's like
bombarded.
everything go back. Everything's sort of back to a rewind mode.
Yeah. And no one expected this. None of my friends also, like, they've been consoling me saying it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright. But somewhere like down the heart, I spent like 7 months without a job. Like when I quit, right from when I quit my previous job till now, I've been studying like continuously for NET.
No, I know. I mean, we've been interacting, so I do know
November,
that
yeah.
you have invested a lot
Yeah,
of
I've
time and
invested
effort
like
in
6 to
this.
7 months, and it's not easy. Like,
Of
they
course
think
not.
it's a joke. They think it's a joke. The
No,
whole
it can't be a joke.
way
It can't
people
be a
think
joke.
it's a joke.
I 100% empathize with you because
Yeah.
taking a drop, I mean, investing 6 to
Yeah.
8 hours daily to study for an examination, which is supposed to be happening 9 months down the line,
Nationwide. Yeah.
nationwide plus,
Yeah.
and you're not dealing with 1,000 people. You're dealing with at least lakhs of aspirants
Exactly.
who are vying for that one position. So I
Exactly.
definitely
The competition is huge, and the job market, I don't know how it is, but like when I was worked as a recruiter, that time itself, the job market was like down the dogs. Like literally, not many jobs were there,
Correct.
and it was the candidates market when I joined as a HR.
Correct.
That was in the COVID era.
COVID era. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the COVID era, that's when I joined my first job, and then like it was the candidates market. Like no one wanted to negotiate. I mean, they couldn't negotiate with us. I mean, like we couldn't negotiate with them. They
Other way around. Correct.
yeah, it happened the other way. They negotiated with us. So it was basically the candidates market. It was not the recruiters market.
Yeah, but those years are gone, so you can be very happy about that. So and just coming back to NEET before we close that conversation. So the good part with NEET is that the government was fast, Supreme Court was fast. There was a lot of support rallies by.
There's also another hearing, I believe, on 8th about the NEET UG, and that's what I read in the news.
No, which is correct.
July 8th. Yeah.
But at least there was at least they were able to.
They took strict action. Yeah, there was a
strict action.
Reaction.
And they gave the opportunity of a retest to a certain segment of students. Which is still controversial. And the best part was, and what I really enjoyed was, there was rallying by people and these coaching institutions who really believed that things were compromised. Or generally, you don't see coaching institutions backing those students. But it was great to see
this time I think a lot of coaching institutes backed the students who were affected. Everywhere, like I see videos where even the coaching institutes are like pissed off with the movement.
Yeah, they were very active on YouTube. They were very active on YouTube. They came out in support.
So many videos have been like seen by all these coaching institutes and all that. So
which is a good sign. That means everyone's hand in glove. So anything similar to this? Do you have something in the NET UGC?
As I said, I believe there was one paper of Shift 1 which got leaked in the darknet. Supposedly it's Telegram. They said it's Telegram basically, and there were also parents, a few wards who purchased the paper and all that for certain amount of money.
That bad.
It was that bad. Yeah, it was that bad. And even for the UGC NEET, I believe a lot of students purchase a paper a day before the exam or something, and one guy who got arrested. He claimed to have cheated. He accepted that he's cheated and all that. It happened in Bihar. Some guy.
Oh gosh.
Like,
Okay.
basically, his uncle helped him cheat for the exam. His uncle was a software engineer with some company, junior software engineer or something, and then he kind of helped him cheat in the exam. He gave a question paper where supposedly that same question paper came in the NEET exam.
That's
Whatever
absurd.
questions,
That's
yeah,
absurd. That's absurd to the
yeah.
core.
Whatever questions which that uncle of his gave, the same questions got repeated in the NEET exam, is what I've heard.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's like a 100% replica.
Yeah, almost.
Wow. How is that even possible? With so much internet and cyber security and whatnot, how is that even possible?
It is possible, and as I'm saying, like anything is possible. I mean, it's 2024.
No, it's 2024, but I mean, once again, I'm singling out this incident which you've said. I mean, are you telling me with the Nexus, even the parents are involved or relatives are involved?
Yeah. Supposedly, parents are involved. Even my mom was telling the same thing, that parents are getting involved.
Which is absurd.
Like relatives are getting involved and all that.
I mean, the conscience of your guardian to enter a Nexus where they purchase educational degrees and question papers so that someone, I mean, it baffles me.
That's actually wrong, but yeah, it's illegal and all. But yeah.
So beyond a nexus of this paper leak, there is actually a nexus of guardians who join
people getting
forces
involved in it. Yeah.
and get involved in the entire nexus, which makes it even more creepier than it was at the start of the exam. Freaking crazy.
I still have the article where this Bihar guy got arrested. This software engineer's nephew. I just sent it like few days back to one of my friends. I can share the same link to you as well, probably after the call is done.
Yeah.
So that I mean, even I was shocked that like people are getting involved, even politicians are getting involved. People are blaming the whole Modi government.
That's a pain. I mean, because if you have government officials who are actually involved in this nexus, then what scope do we have really? I mean,
exactly.
Of course, whatever we're talking right now is alleged.
I'm voting for Modi now because I actually voted for the BJP thing only.
No, which is okay. See, let us not intersect your political preferences with these things because I mean because
in general,
Prime Minister Modi is somewhere else. Everything in between is probably a big nexus. So let us not intersect that. But once again, one of the biggest controversies here will be we always knew there is a nexus of miscreants
getting involved.
I mean there are miscreants who are looking into these paper leaks, but if you have support system, families getting into it, then I think as a society we are going down the drain and we need some real course correction. It is absolutely bad. Perfect. So what are the latest updates for at least NET?
It's the latest updates from NET is that probably there's this committee set up, right? As I said, the Radhakrishnan committee. They should give us a report. I mean, like after the committee is all set up, work would start, and they would give a report on how the NTA is functioning as a whole. What are the loopholes? That report will take at most 2 months. That's what it's come out in the news and all. That only after this report is come, your exams would be held. Probably August or July end, the re-exam might happen, or they might club it with the December exam. Merge it with the December exam is what I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming from a pure economic standpoint, the December one looks viable because clubbing examinations is much more economically
But
viable.
6 more months
Yeah,
being at home and studying is a big trouble.
it's a big trouble because, and
Yeah,
plus, you have hinged your hopes on this examination.
yeah,
And whatnot.
exactly. Yeah.
So how you? I mean, are you revising or what are you doing to
I
keep?
have been revising. I've also been writing a little bit to come out of that.
Absolutely.
I mean, like to heal from whatever has happened.
No, I know you
Uh,
need to heal first. You need to
yeah,
heal, then you enter it.
yeah,
Correct.
exactly. Yeah, and yeah, life lately has not been really great for me. Like right from the time I graduated, it's been like helter skelter, all this job problems, and then like taking a gap year and then focusing on net, and yeah, it's been a bit helter skeltery,
No,
and
I
it's now
understand.
scary.
It's
And
scary. I know.
yeah, it's like right now I have apprehensions whether net would work out for me, or should I go take a content writing job instead, or do something else, or just help my dad run his company or something like that. So,
My question here is, uh, would it make sense to invest in a plan B, just in case plan A goes haywire? What is your take on that?
my plan A was net, UGC net. My
Understood.
plan B was content writing job, because I've been a content writer like since 2017. Since I've been writing since 2017, I thought like I'm good at it. I feel I'm good at
Correct.
it. I
Correct.
feel
Correct.
I write well, and I feel I can market myself, brand myself well, and all that. So probably content writing would be a good choice, if not net.
But
That
don't
would be
worry.
my.
But don't worry. I think net will work out because you've been putting in the long hours for very long now. So
Yeah, but like in case again there's another paper leak or something. I don't know. Anything can happen. It's just that like it's tough to trust anything now.
I know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so probably some
Bharosa
takeaways.
bhi uth gaya. Like everyone's bharosa in NTA, it's become no trusting agency right now.
Oh,
Like
you already have a
literally,
new moniker. You have a new
literally,
acronym. Hmm.
yeah, literally people have called NTA as a no trusting agency. All the Twitter handles of a lot of people, it's come out like that only. NTA is like no trusting agency. We literally don't have any trust in NTA. Yeah, so it's better to change the whole system, and probably another examining body can take up these examinations.
No, see, I can assure you there will be a complete overhaul because since you have the CBI coming into this, at least for NEET, then you can be rest assured that there will be an entire overhaul. There will be changes in the top tier, and you've already seen a change, so that's a good start. My only concern is how much time will it take for the commission to come out with their takeaways.
As I said, 2 months. They say within 2 months, but even for net, since there was a paper leak, it's gone to the High Court, I believe, and it's also gone to the CBI.
Okay.
And the CBI is still investigating, and they've not come out with a fresh date yet. So people
And I
are
think things are in
believing
motion.
yeah, people are believing that probably it might be in August, July end, or probably with the December cycle.
Okay.
That's what a lot of educators are also telling on YouTube videos and all that.
So there is hope, and I would like to say that you can hinge your hope on the judiciary because that is one pillar of our constitution, or rather one pillar that we are very proud of.
But what if the judiciary also fails us?
No, unfortunately, see, but you got to be very optimistic in this in the current scenario and in the nation.
Right
that we are
now,
part of.
optimism doesn't work for me. Pessimism is only kind of working because
You
it's
can be
shocking.
you can be rest assured that the judiciary is not corrupt, or rather, I mean, let us not use a very strong
there are
word.
some corrupt lawyers as well.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
we
Everywhere
have
there are
always noticed. We have always noticed that the judiciary is non-compromising.
works properly.
The judiciary comes out with solutions for the better benefit of the community and citizens. So hopefully that works in your advantage.
Yeah.
And the best I can tell you is you keep revising.
Revising. Yeah.
That's the best I can tell you, because I know it's a very peculiar situation to be in. I mean, I go back
To be
to
honest,
that.
I actually didn't want a re-exam because my paper went well actually. I
Okay.
found paper 2 to be easier comparatively than paper 1 because few questions in paper 1 was a bit twisted. Well, not
I see.
twisted, we found it a bit tough. The people who I talked to after the exam also found paper 1 more tough. I mean, a bit tougher than paper 2. Paper 2, their subjective paper was easier.
So sorry, for the uninitiated, what is paper 1, paper 2?
Okay, so paper 1 has general aptitude. Like it has teaching aptitude, communication, then ICT, which is the ICT. Then it has people development and all
Got
that.
it. Okay.
Yeah, and also we have logical research. I mean,
Reasoning.
reasoning, logical reasoning, and all. And also higher education. About higher education, also you'll have a lot of questions and all that. So
Oh.
that is full general aptitude. Paper 1
And
is full general aptitude.
all of this is objective.
Yeah, MCQ. Both are MCQ. Paper 2 is
Both
also.
are, okay,
Yeah,
both
yeah,
are
both
MC.
are MCQ. There'll be basically paper 1. There'll be 50 2-mark questions,
Mhm.
and in paper 2 there'll be 100 questions, and the whole paper is out of 300.
Okay, so your perfect score here is 300.
Yeah, your perfect score will be for a reserved category. If you get 120 above, you're good. It's well
Okay.
and good.
Okay.
For by reserved category, I'm in the general category.
Okay.
For SC, STs and all, it would be probably lesser than that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the reservation conversation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, but yeah, if you were to get a perfect score, it would be out of
I
300.
would, I would vouch for around 240 plus. Yes, I
240.
wrote it well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Because I
That's
wrote
around-
it well and I felt confident in the subjective paper, and reading comprehension is also there in the
Okay.
general paper and the subjective paper. That was like too easy.
Too easy. Okay.
Yeah, it was too easy. I knew I would crack reading comprehension because I'm good at English and all. Just passages.
Correct.
Just you skim over the text thrice, 4 times, you'll get the answer.
Get the answer. That's correct.
Easy, yeah. Skimming, you do the skimming thing and all. Because I attended classes by Byju's and all that. I did self-study only.
Very nice.
And yeah. So in Byju's also, they said a simple trick to get this reading comprehension questions fully correct. Just
Okay.
keep skimming the text until you get it right. Until you
Right.
get the answer right. 3 times, 4 times, so many times you keep doing it and you'll get the answer right. That's how
Okay.
I did it and I got the answers right. I also like kept checking my answers are right as well. So yeah.
So that means you can vouch for an 80% percentile or something of that sort. is
Yeah.
what you say.
Yeah.
Well, very nice. That means you've done a very
But
meticulous job.
what's the use now? Now like since it got cancelled, yeah.
See, this is not in your hand, right? That was not. I mean, this particular situation, no one knew that
Yeah.
it would ever come out. So, but still, if you can do an 80, maybe by the time you do a retest or whatever comes out, you'll be able to touch a 90. So just be optimistic. Is all
Probably.
that is. Yeah. And since you mentioned e-learning, so what do you suggest? Classroom learning versus e-learning. What do you feel is fantastic?
I feel classroom learning has its own advantages because there's this
Always.
one-on-one feedback which can be given.
Correct.
And online learning also has its own pros and cons. But not much of one-on-one can be there in online.
Okay. Yeah, of course. That's a big challenge always.
Exactly. Yeah. And when I had online classes also, the teachers like they found it really difficult to actually operate a laptop and all that.
What are you saying? Really?
Yeah, like they didn't know how to mute and all that. It's we students who told them like how it's to be done and all that. I had like faculties who couldn't like mute everything and all that. they found it really hard to actually get into this online mode of learning. Even for us, sitting in front of the computer, we had to like tune ourselves uh, to attend classes like for like 3 hours at least and all that.
Okay.
And it's different in the classroom, it's different in the online. And I had
Yeah.
exams in my online during my masters, so it was
Wow.
like scary experience, that too. I don't know how to put some timestamp or something. I cried in front of the examiner. So
But
much
why?
ruckus happened. Online class, online exams are for like I didn't know how to put this timestamp. I'm a person who gets like scared easily and tensed easily. So
Okay.
if something doesn't happen right, I keep getting
Okay, no,
this
I get your point. The anxiety pangs. Correct.
anxiety starts. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I still remember I cried in front of the examiner that day. This
Hmm.
was in my final year, and because I couldn't do the timestamp and all, they were like, "Calm down, you'll be okay," and all that. So they kind of
Okay.
helped me later on. I
Very nice.
asked a junior how to do it, and then like she kind of helped me and all. After that, like the process went smoothly
Smooth.
later on. This happened only for one paper, but after that, like I came to know how to do this timestamp and all that. But like it was one sort of a learning experience only.
Learning experience. Oh gosh.
Yeah, learning experience, but also tiresome as well.
Tiresome.
I
I know.
don't believe in online exams anymore because it's so scary and all that.
Oh, so you say it's stressful, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, stress. It was stressful. Both offline exams are also stressful. Online exams are also stressful. Exams itself is stressful.
But
In my
exams are exams. You have to. That's the only way you move forward. And please, I'm also saying this because I
I've
have given my own
I've
set
never
of.
got any what arrears or something. Like till now, touch wood, I've not got any arrears.
Oh, that means
But it's
you're an excelling student. So you don't
average,
need to
above
worry.
average. I call myself an above average student.
I
Yeah.
know. We should be humble of whatever we achieve.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so that means we are still awaiting some concrete outcomes for at least NET UGC.
Yeah.
NEET UGC, they've gone through re-examination for 1,500 students already.
Yeah, but a lot of people were absent, I heard.
Yeah,
Around
a lot of
83
people didn't
people
take
were
it up.
absent.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't take it up.
Yeah. Even in my exam center, around 11 people were absent for the UGC net exam, which happened on 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I heard the examiners talking amongst themselves.
Oh, there was some chatter about it that time around.
Yeah, like I could hear
Really?
like yeah.
Really?
I mean, after
Wow.
the exam, like I could hear them kind of talking before I came out of the exam hall.
Goodness.
I
Okay.
eavesdrop sometimes, so I have a very good ear. So
Okay, so NEET aspirants, at least this is my signing comments for them. So NEET aspirants, all the very best because I know.
and PG NEET got postponed even before they wrote the exam. It got postponed.
Yeah, because the entire system
Yeah,
needed
next
an overhaul.
system,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Exactly,
NEET PG
they're
will
also
happen later.
a bit scared about the future and all. I have a friend who's from Bangalore, and she finished her MBBS UG, and now she's trying for this NEET PG. And she was also apprehensive, like what the future is gonna hold for her because the exam is cancelled and all. So much of years preparation she's been doing and all that. So
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
I
the
empathize
whole
with
thing
that.
is screwed up, and the decision lies with the NTA only. We can't do anything. We as
Of course.
students have to just abide by what the NTA says.
No, the only thing you can do is you can ask for what is truly yours, which you believe that you should be getting, and you need patience because that's the only thing humans have.
The only
yes-
thing I don't have is patience. So
But my it's a consistent request of mine that future shouldn't be taken for a ride because
exactly.
it involves people, and the best we can do is of course wait because we trust in the judiciary and we
We
trust.
don't have any other choice than to wait. That's also
That's
true.
also there. We don't have
Yeah.
any other choice, but we keep our hopes high that there will be a solution out for NEET, NET, and all the other examinations that have been compromised. that's my takeaway from this. I wish you well, because I know it's going to be the next couple of months might be tedious for mental health. It can be tedious for you in probably
I
re-revising.
also need my own space to get okay, because
Absolutely.
the reason why I go to open mics, I'll open up to you, because I want to forget whatever happened in my past. So
Correct.
the reason why I go to open mics is because of that. And I like making new friends. And
Absolutely.
open mics give me that vibe where I can be myself, and I don't want anyone to pity me for what I've gone through and all that.
Absolutely not. And through my conversation, if you feel I'm pitying you, I'm extremely sorry. I am not pitying you at all, because I know the strength. I mean, within you lies the strength of dealing with it. But it's important for you to be calm. I mean, like you said, the calmness is something which you don't have. Yeah, I mean,
This Friday also I'm attending an open mic on mental health only.
Fantastic.
But the theme is called Dreams. But
Very
yeah,
nice.
I need to check out if I have any write-up according to that.
So I think you should continue. You should continue doing this, because through these conversations, open mics, you meet new people, you find new leads. Maybe your plan B can work, your plan A can work. So just be upbeat.
No one knows. Life is unpredictable. Life is sort of roller coaster.
Every hour, every minute, every second, it's all unpredictable, but we stay strong. That's all I can say. I
hope you're okay, because you had a few certain deaths in your family.
Yeah, I mean, see, like I said, unpredictable, right? It's you shake hands with someone, and 3 weeks later,
next minute they're
not there. So that's it. So we're all dealing with our own set of issues, but that is how it is. But strength and belief in the
and
Lord
the thing is, I've been traveling on and off. Like I went for this Kashmir trip and all that. I ended up getting sick there as well. Travel sickness, going here and there to one place to another. Then coming back to Chennai also, I kind of got sick because I had weddings to attend. And I had cold, and for the past 3 months also, before 3 months I had this very bad sinus issue. So the past 2024 has been a bit of, again, roller coaster ride only.
Yeah, they say it is the year of Shani. It's the year of Shani is what they're saying. So transformation is everywhere. So just be upbeat and optimistic about it. Anyway, let's end this conversation. Thank you for telling us all about NET, NEET, because it's in the news, but then we should also have the capability of breaking it down and understanding where we are missing and where we are hitting. So, very nice. Yeah. Thanks for the conversation.
It was an amazing conversation as well. Thank you for actually speaking up on an important issue, because not many people have the, they don't come across. I mean, they don't come forward.
I felt it was necessary because I thought maybe I did write about it a couple of days ago.
I actually initially wanted to write after giving the exam. I wanted to give a write-up. I wanted to actually write. My mom is like, do not write. Do not put forward your opinions and all that. She scared me, and then that's the reason I didn't write till now.
So that's why. So hence.
Maybe after the re-exam, I'll try writing.
Perfect. You should write, because that way you will complete the entire cycle, and your experience will benefit those who give it next year or so. So that's how it is. Super. Thanks, and take care of yourself.
Thank you.